Hello, everyone. Welcome to chapter 2 of the podcast Beyond the Speech, where we talk about debate as a means of learning and where we know some edge of it, along with its problem of recognition and support. In this chapter, we have a very special guest whom we thank for his assistance. We talk about Santiago Ortiz, a great debater, coach, and organizer, student at the University of the Andes. Welcome, Santi. How does it feel to be one of the most exponents in the Colombian circuit? Tell us about yourself.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me. Well, I'm a law student at the University of Los Andes. I'm a seventh law student, and I have debated since before getting into the university. So my career has been very long. Like I'm almost reaching 4 years now. And throughout those years, I had the opportunity to travel to different countries to represent like the debating circuit here in our country. And sometimes it's weird and sometimes it's really fun. The periods that are weird is when people recognize you and you don't really know who are you talking to or why do they know you. So that's a very weird, but it's like cool that they recognize you because of your talent in debate, because of how much effort you have put in your practices and in your tournaments. And it's great because it gives me the opportunity to take those travels in the first place. So debating has given me the opportunities to upgrade my levels in academics, but also to know a lot of different cultures and peoples around the world. And I think that's very cool, but that's very cool and that's very great. So yeah, I would say those stuff.
Of course, like any project, it will have the object important thing and the tickets have willingness to make and circles better and that is counts. Even so, we think it important to ask with about.
Okay, the second question is you have a great experience and you have demonstrated in the organization of your tournaments. How did the idea of organizing so many tournaments come up? Has it been difficult?
It has been one of the greatest challenges of my existence to organize tournaments. But let's start with the idea. The idea actually was not mine. When I got into the university, the debating society in my university was having some troubles to be reborn after a pandemic. So what we did was trying to make a joint between the oldest generation of debating in my university and the newest one, and I was representing the newest one. And the oldest one was represented by a girl named Manuela, and she told me that the university or our society was recognized in the circuit for organizing tournaments because for us, it's very easy to organize tournaments. So she said that one of the trademarks of our university and our society was precisely to organize tournaments. So that's where the idea came from. And when it was so easy to organize, really the university and like everyone that is put into work to organize this type of stuff, it's very helpful. Like, and it's very easy and it has no processes that are difficult. We actually like I actually do believe that we are the university that is most accessible in the country to organize this type of things. And that is because technically we just have to ask. Like we just have to ask, hey, I need 20 rooms, I need 12 rooms for these days, I need security, I need healthcare, I need all of this stuff. And the university just said, okay, yes, you have to pay this amount of money, and that's it. So that's where idea came from, and that's why I keep doing it because it's so very easy. So it's not like a great cost for me. The second reason why I do it, it's basically because it works like a positioning of the circuit in Colombia to reintegrate and to reorganize and to compete more. The secret behind being a good debater is practice. And I know that a lot of societies are not strong enough to host tournaments between or among them. So what I wanted to do is to create those spaces and to create those tournaments and to create those practices for the circuit to have that like opportunity to participate and to know in which level were the other societies. And I think this is because I watch and I observe another circuits like Peru, like Panama, they have tournaments each and every single weekend. That's why they are so good because they can practice all the time and they can practice between each other. So I wanted to give those opportunities to our circuit, and I think it has gotten very, very good. And I think it has worked so far. So that's why we keep doing it from Uniandes. And it has been the greatest challenge because not organizing it itself, but facing the idea of a lot of different people with a lot of different customs, with a lot of different projects in life, and with a lot of different like understandings of reality come to this place. And we have certain rules, and we have certain rules of behavior. And not a lot of people, it's actually the minority, but this minority maybe doesn't know how to behave in some of those spaces. So I have been given a lot of scenarios where I have to face a situation where the security guy has to tell me that someone is not behaving well inside the university, and I have to handle that with the university faculty and with the directives in the university. So that has not been good because I hate those type of situations, because I hate aggression and I hate like conflicting and engagement with those kind of situations. So I don't really like that stuff about organizing, but I think that with a good equity policy and with a good like advertisement and warning before the starting of the tournament, it has been good enough. So I'm gonna keep doing it while I can, and I hope I can pass the baton to another generation of debaters in Uniandes that keep doing it and that keep reintegrating this space for people to participate more in debating in Colombia.
It's very valuable that you take advantage of the university space in the way. Since with you're helping people and the tournament to attend. Hey, so we think in the importance with about.
Um, what actions do you consider necessary to allow greater accessibility and recognition in debate tournaments?
Well, I think for accessibility, it has to do with the fact of getting sponsorships. Like universities, like charge us for the use of the space and for the amount of people that we needed in the university to assist us, that it will not normally be there. Like if we need security on Sundays, university will not have securities on Sundays normally. So for that people to be there, like we have to pay for them, and we have to pay for, like, if we have an enormous amount, an enormous event, we need to pay for an ambulance to be present for any casualty that can be presented. Or if we need like virtual judging, we need to pay for that person that will assist us with the technology that day that will not normally be there. And I know the costs for a lot of stuff are aggregated in other universities. So that's why in other universities, the amount that you pay or for to participate, it's expensive. So for us to be able to not have those expensive costs or those fees, we need to get sponsorships from another type of investors. We need another type of organizations that are willing to engage with our project and willing to pay for those type of stuff. So that means practically that for the tournament to be more accessible and for us to have cheaper fees, we need someone else to pay for those stuff that we like charge the participants to participate. So that's a first. That's in terms of money. Secondly, I think it's important that to consider accessibility not only on economic terms, but also in terms of how well you can compete with another people, because a tournament will not be accessible if you are going to lose each and every round. So I think the second thing that is very important is workshops. I think the university circuit should be putting more workshops out there to teach another people to debate, because there are certain universities that have like coaches and all of that, and that have access to another type of levels of competitions internationally, but that doesn't democratize in the best way within our circuit. So that means that people should be trained more, should be practiced more, and that should only happen if like societies are willing to do that, if we our university societies are willing to give workshops and different activities to scholar level and all of that. So I think those are the two tips that I have for accessibility that are important for our tournament in the first place. And in terms of recognition, it I think it goes in two ways. Firstly, it depends on how good your tournament is. If your tournament has delays, if your tournament doesn't work, if the app that you're using for the tap in your tournament, it's not working, and all of that, and your tournament is crashing, and you don't have alternatives, and you don't have the team present, then your tournament will not be recognized. Nobody will ever go to your tournament again. If your tournament, in the other way, has good funding, is good presented, has alternatives, and it's good at solving different situations that appear in the way, then your tournament is going to be recognized and people want to go there because it's a tournament that people can go to participate and to practice, and they know it's going to be good. They know that the schedule is going to be fulfilled and all of that. And for people to be recognized in tournaments, you basically have to be a good debater, and you can only be a good debater while practice. Isabel and Gabriel know that very much. They have been debating from 2 years ago. They are constantly being champions right now because they have practice. So that's the lesson. If you want to be recognized in debate, you gotta practice and learn and debate better each and every time.
It is important that we all participate.
Okay, the next question is how did the school category come about? How do you see the Colombian school circuit?
I mean, in my tournaments, the category doesn't actually exist. And there is a reason behind that. I think that the best way in which I learned to debate was to debate with people that were better than me. I did not learn to debate by winning debates. I learned to debate by losing debates, by understanding why other people that debated better than me was winning the debates in which I was participating. So I strongly believed when I started organizing my tournaments that the best learning opportunity that I could give to the schools was to integrate with the universities for them to learn and to see in an example how they should be debating, how they should be arranging their arguments, impacting, weighing. All of that was through examples. It was not enough to watch finals. It was not enough to watch the good debaters at the end of the week. No, for me, it was important that they engage actually in a room where they had to go through the same thought process and the same thought patterns that their competition to understand why they were winning over them. So that's the reason why I did not create a school division inside my tournaments, because I needed the school division to integrate with the university one so that the schools were having a better chance at learning how to debate. And I think there's a bigger picture outside that. And it's not only I wanted them to learn better and more, but I wanted the circuit to be reborn for more people to debate. And for more people to debate, you need the schools to give the university debaters. We in the universities don't have that much attachment if they don't come from schools with the idea of debating. So I needed the schools to feel like they potentially could get into the university, into a debating society. And that was the image that I wanted to give by integrating those two circuits in the first place. But I really did keep them separated in finals. So I wanted a schools finals and then one a university finals. And that was also a thoughtful decision that I've made when organizing the tournament. And it is because I needed them to create a network of people that were good debaters. And the only way to create that network was through them competing at a final where we had the 4 best school teams integrating, talking with each other, getting to know like where they come from, who are the students that they share the schoolrooms with, who are the teachers, and all of that. So I wanted to create a network without sacrificing the engagement that I wanted to create with the university. So the best way to do that was through having them participate in a school's finals where they get to know each other, where they get to compete with each other, and they get to be friends. So I don't know, but I think Isabel and Gabriel already know which people are the competitions in school level because they have like faced them in finals in school throughout the year constantly. So that was the network that I wanted to create because I knew we needed to solidify the school circuit. And About how I see the school circuit in Colombia, I see it stronger. I see it more populated. I see more people are getting into the circuit, and I see it a little bit more decentralized. The idea of having schools outside Bogota debating was absurd 5 years ago. And now we're watching that people from the region, that now we're seeing people from another departments and cities are actually coming to our tournaments in the school level. So that is really, really, really powerful, because what it means to Colombia is that having more people from diverse circuits and academic circuits are nutriting their universities. So that means that not only universities in Bogota are going to have debaters, but also Bogotas in other regions of the country. So that means that our circuit is going to get stronger. Our debaters are going to be more like kept beneath and within the circuit for more years. So that I actually think that is good. So for me, the first point of view of the school circuit is it's working for the universities to have more debaters. So that means that we're getting stronger and bigger, and I think that's really good. Actually, a lot of people that debated 2 years ago in the tournaments as scholars are now getting into the University of Los Andes, La Nacional, Rosario, and are starting to debate in their society. So I think that's part of the process that I want to point out. And the second thing is, for me, debating was transformational. And for me, debating changed my life, like structurally when I was in school. It was the tools that got me into the university that I am. Though the words that I won as a debater in school were the exact words that I used for my scholarship in my university. So I think that having school students participate in debate will only maximize the opportunities that they have when they step into university or their professional lives. So I think that that's really great. And a third thing that I want to say about the circuit is that I'm just so really happy that there are more people competing and that I see more people having talent in schools. Like the idea of having Gabriel and Isabela 2 times in the top room of a university's debating championship was amazing, because that means that schools are actually competing at the same level of the best teams in university. That means that people in schools are really recruiting the best people that they have and training the best that they can. So I actually think that our level is going to get stronger, and that maybe a world's final, it's close to Colombia again. So it makes me feel hopeful about the future of debating.
That is very important for the science in SIPA. Here is some schools that really cannot go to the many tournaments, and it's necessary to participate to reach a level of the juniors debaters.
Okay, finally, what advice will you give to beginners? What is the most important thing in debate?
The most important thing in debate is breaking. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe yes, if you want to be good. But you can choose to not break if that's your choice. But I think the most important thing in debate is that you take debate as an activity that is going to give you tools and that is going to give you knowledge that you can use in your actual life. Sometimes debate, it's so consuming and it creates a bubble um, surrounding you that makes you believe that there's no other world outside debate. That is, there's no existence, there's no purpose outside that final that you did not win, that best speaker that you did not reach. So I think that the most important thing in debate is that you remember that there is a life outside debate, and that debate should be useful for you to use in your real life. Debate should never be your real life or the only way in you exist. Debate should always be a little part of your existence, because you are so much more than just a debater that did not break or did break or got a championship or did not get that championship. So that is very important. And also, in the importance of debate is that you keep doing it as long as it makes you happy. If debate stops making you happy, you should stop doing debate, because there's no reason behind staying in debate. You're not getting paid for this. Your university is not paying you to debate. Your parents are not paying you to debate. You're not working in debate. So that means that you're doing debate as a hobby. So as a hobby, it should make you happy. And my advice to younger generations. So Isabel and Gabriel, you are the generation that I'm talking to. My advice for you guys would be enjoy every single round that you have. And please, please do take every single round seriously and learn through every single round. In every single round, you're going to have a learning and knowledge that is going to be important for the next round. So never waste a bad round feeling bad. Think about what you can do about it to be better and how it can move you forward to a goal that you have. The second advice that I would give you guys is practice and consistency is more important than talent. I strongly believe that Isabel and Gabriel are very talented people and very talented debaters, but talent will not be enough to reach the goals that they both have in debate. So discipline and consistency should be your goal, to be consistently winning because you have consistently investigated and researched and practiced, to be consistent and to be thoughtful about the things that you say. And my last advice for the new generations is debate is an activity that will give you great happiness and also great suffering. You're going to suffer in your path in debate. But the most important thing that you can have in debate is the people that you will meet. So please go out to that party. Please go meet your friends. Please go eat with them. Don't stop enjoying the social life that debate creates surrounding you, because at the end of the day, when you lose that round, when you do not break, when you do not win the final, the things that are going to make you feel better are those people that are with you, that know your needs and that know your path. So please do make friends, do establish a social network, and do enjoy the social lives that debate gives you, because debate creates a space with very special people, very particular people that enjoy the same things that you enjoy. So finding that people outside debate is very difficult. So be very grateful of the people that you get to be presented to in debate. Those are my advice.
All the advice people will listen to this already know. Santi, thanks you very much for joining in the record this. It's a please to all the recommendations. Thanks to those we listen to podcasts with the solved question about the function of the organization of the fundament. Say really dynamics time and the dedication for the academic teams. So with this, we can see one the most important it's the of the body to give to the great recognition and the importance. Don't forget to stay tuned for the next chapter. We will talk about for the most beautiful categories speech. Don't meet beyond the speech. Thank you.